Hello everyone. In this session, I would like to discuss about how to communicate with MongoDB from my Node application. Just I want to insert one document from my Node application. That's my requirement. For this, first of all, you have to create a Node application. Yeah, I already created. If you want how to create this one, just see my previous videos. The next one, you have to install the software, MongoDB software. You have to install MongoDB software you have to install. The next one, Mongo Compass also I want for GUI purpose. These two softwares you have to install first. Okay, I already installed MongoDB and Mongo Compass so that if you want to check Mongo Compass, MongoDB installed or not, first of all, check in my program files. If you see, go to my C, this is my program files and come here, see this MongoDB and server and version and bin. From here, I want to start my Mongo server. So that open your command prompt here, open your command prompt here. Once you installed MongoDB software, you can find this particular path in your C drive. Once it is done, how to start your Mongo server, I will tell. And then let's check Mongo Compass installed or not in my machine. Yeah, my Mongo Compass also there. Just open this one, run this one. Okay, why this Mongo Compass means to connect with your MongoDB server, just a geographical user interface of how many collections are there, how many documents are there. I want to see, okay, effectively. Okay, look and feel wise, it's very good. Now, Mongo Compass also installed. Perfect. Now, the next thing is once you install these two, okay, the next step is run Mongo server. Run Mongo server. Mongo server. Once you run this Mongo server, after that, create database inside that server. Once you create the database, after that, create the collection. And then insert a document. This is our flow. You should have to install these two softwares as I installed, and I have to run the Mongo server and then create the database and create the collection and insert a document using node application. This is our final requirement. So these two done. Can we run the Mongo server? Okay, how we can run the Mongo server means already I told you, just open your command prompt in the bin folder. I opened here and then create one data folder. To store your collections and everything in your local machine. Create one data folder. Wherever you want, you can create, no problem at all. Okay, here in my local disk D, I want to create one data folder. Previously, I created one data folder, but I don't want that one. I want to create my own data folder for our purpose. Just new folder. Okay, just write Mongo. Just Mongo data. Done. This is the folder. Take this folder path. Copy this one. Now, already you opened your command prompt in the bin, right? Here you can run some command. What is the command name? Mongo d.exe. Click on the tab. After that, -db path. Whatever you copied, just paste here and then click on enter. Now your Mongo server is going to run. Now see, just wait for a few seconds. Once your Mongo server is running, then you can connect with the server by using Compass. See here, it placed some content in the past. Just now I created this folder. In the past, it's like empty. While running this one, placed something. What it contains means collections and everything they are going to store here. Yes, my Mongo server is running. So can we connect with by using Mongo Compass? This is my Mongo Compass. The previous things and everything, just clear everything. I want to create a new collection. See this, fill in connections field individually. My Mongo server is running in my local host. By default, port number is like 27017. Authentication is not required. Just connect it. Yes. See this? It's connected or not. While connecting, my Mongo server always up and run. If it stopped, then the time you are not able to perform any operation. Why? Because my Mongo server shut down. Then the time how we can connect with that collections database and everything. Now come here. Here, these are the default collections and everything. So can we create our own database? Okay, these are the default databases and has their own collections, has their own documents. But our requirement is what? I want to create my own database. So that can we create my own database here, create database series. What is my database? Your wish. School is my database. What is my collection inside the school? One collection is there. Student is my collection. Done. Now it seems like MySQL on MySQL server. Here Mongo server. MySQL server contains one database. Mongo server contains one database. MySQL server contains database. Database contains tables. But here MySQL Mongo server contains database. Database contains collections. MySQL is a structured query language. Okay, before inserting the data only you are defining the structure of the table and everything or not. But here it's not a structure. We can insert which type of data you want, you can insert it in the object format. If you want some more information, see my Mongo session video. Now come here. Yes, this is my school and this is my student. Inside the student, how many documents are there? There is no documents, nothing. Document is nothing but one object, you can say simply. Okay, there is no objects, nothing is there. Now I want to insert one document by using node application. Yes, come here now. This part is completed. Run Mongo server. I created database also, created collection also. These parts completed. Now insert the document using node application. First of all, this is my node application. Can we write some piece of code? My node application has to connect with MongoDB, right? First of all, can we get the Mongo library to connect with that particular MongoDB server? Okay, how we can get the library means npm install MongoDB is my library. Just save it. Just save it. Just save it. Now it is going to download that MongoDB library from cloud to your local machine. See in the package.json, if you observe, so far these many libraries are there. Once it is installed, okay, you can get one more library like what? MongoDB library also, you can get it. And then come here. In this routes folder, you can create one more file like a student's file to insert the student data, so that you can create new file students. Just follow me like students.js. Okay, here by using Express framework only, I want to create my endpoints and everything. So that first of all, get Express require is equals to import statement require of Express. Inside this Express, I have router method is there. So that can get that router method. Express. This is my Express dot router is the method. Now, once you have the router, from that router, you can perform. Okay, you can create any type of endpoint. My endpoint request method is like a post method, and then my path is like std registration. The next one, it's take like one callback function. That callback function take how many arguments, you know, right? One is like request, another one is like response, and another one is like next. Finally, you can create any number of endpoints you can create. Finally, you should have to export this router. So how we can export? Module.exports equals to router. Done. You created one endpoint. Okay, now this particular student.js, if you want to call inside the student.js, if you want to call this endpoint, first of all, this student.js has to register with my app.js. It should make up and run. So get your student file. How we can same like how we get the users and index default, same like this, you can get your student file. Require. Where is my file? Within the same folder. Routes is my one folder, and then students is my file. For this file, if you want to use, you can give one path like this. You can give one path. How you can give it? App.use. You can give any name. Students. Okay, here the file path. You can give it. See. If you want to use the student router, it's nothing but student file. Okay, how you can use it? By using, if you want to communicate with, or if you want to connect with the file, by using this particular path, you can connect it or not. So if you want to connect with the node application, localhost 2020 is the path. If you want to connect with the student file, std, okay, students is my path. If you want to connect with this particular endpoint, std registration is my path or not. Yes or no? The full-fledged path, if you want to connect to this particular endpoint, localhost 2020 is nothing but node application. From there, students like this. Localhost 2020, the URL should be looks like this. HTTP localhost 2020 is nothing but node application. From there, students is nothing but student file. Inside the file, ST registration is my endpoint or not. What is my method name? My method name is like a post. My method name is like a post. Now, here, what type of code you have to write? First, you have to receive the request. It's nothing but this function executed is nothing but yes, my request received. And then you have to take the data from request to insert it in my student collection or not. And then connect with the database. And then perform some operation. That operation may be insert, update, delete, or whatever it is. So finally send response back to like this is the one or not. So can we take the data first? Okay, how we can take the data first? I already told you, if you want to insert a data inside the collection, in which format you are going to insert? In the object format. So can we ask to my client, can you send the data in the object format only? In which format you are expecting the data? In that format only, my client is going to send the data to my server or not. So I'm expecting the data to request body. The data should be object format. Which key? Data is the key or not. So this data I want to insert inside my student collection. So can we connect with the database now? Yes. Can you go to my package.json? Now see, make sure MongoDB installed or not. Yes, installed. Now can we get the MongoDB first? Where MongoDB equals to require Mongo. If you want to connect my MongoDB server by using Mongo client, it's possible. So that can we get the Mongo client? That is coming from my Mongo. This is my MongoDB. You can get the Mongo client. From where you can get it? Mongo client means from my MongoDB only I can get it. Mongo client. Mongo client requires MongoDB, right? Requires not MongoDB. So that I can get helper. Mongo client. You can get it or not. Once you get the Mongo client, inside Mongo client, there has one method is there. Connect is the method. By using that method, you can connect with your Mongo server. Where my Mongo server is running, can you find the URL first? My Mongo URL is what? Anyone? My Mongo URL is HTTP is my protocol, general URL protocol, normal protocol. Here, MongoDB is my protocol. Where it is running? In my local host. 27017 is my port number. On my port number is running or not. This is my Mongo URL. Now, once I have a Mongo client, inside the Mongo client, there has one method is there, connect is the method. I want to connect with this Mongo URL. While connecting with this URL, how much time it will take? I don't know. At the same time, is it like successfully connected or failure also? I don't know. So that they asked me one callback function as a argument. Once my task is completed, trying to connect with this URL, maybe it's like failure. Maybe he is going to connect with your server, Mongo server. If it is like a failure, what do we have to do? If it is like an error, you should have to tell to my client or not. Okay, what you have to tell? Response.send off Mongo DB connection error. If it is like success, error is not there, is nothing but what? Yes, it connected with the server or not. So if you connected with this server, in this server, which database you want me to connect? 4 database or the admin, config, local, school. Which database? School database. So that inside the server, I want the database. Which database? School is my database or not? School database. So you can get the database. Okay. Inside the database, how many collections you can write? Any number of collections. Which collection you want? I want to perform some operation. Student collection on student collection or not. So that can we get the student. Once I have a collection, once I have a data, can we insert this data inside the collection? How we can means my collection, student collection dot insert one is the method. Okay, which data you want me to insert? This document, this object data I want to insert. And then while inserting, how much time it will take, I don't know. How many properties are there in the object, I don't know. So that how much time it will take, I don't know. It may be gives me the success response or failure response while inserting this document also, I don't know. So that give one fallback function again. Now my insert method trying to insert this document inside this collection. Okay, once my task is completed, he is calling this method by passing error success as a argument. If error is there, you can do one thing. If error is there, you can send this error back to my client. Yeah, this error is not there, is nothing but what? Obviously success. So that send that success message to my client. My node and the Mongo connection ready. Now see, perform some operation. This is nothing but this one. Perform some operation. Okay, send response back to client is nothing but either this one also. If it is failure, either this one also. Here also we are sending the response back to client. Here also, if it is DB connection error, sending response back to my client or not. Done. Okay, see this. Now I save. Now see, my node app is running or not. Okay, here also you can save it. My node app is running or not. So I have only endpoint node application, server side application only I have. So if you want to test your server side endpoints, how we can test it? By using advanced REST client, we can test it or not. So open advanced REST client. My method name is like a post. My URL is what? Already this is my URL or not. Copy this and paste. And is this endpoint. If you observe here, this endpoint requires the data in the form of what? Body. If it is like a body, is nothing but which format, it's a JSON format. In the body, you should have to send the JSON object format. And with which key? Data as a key. So that my data as a key. Now my data should be what? Regarding one student, right? One student information, if you want to give, you have to provide in an object format or not. My student name is like yes1, and his roll number is like 1. Yes, this is my student information. So that can we send it now? Now make sure your server should run. See, my server stopped. Can we run it? My server should run, then only, right? We can connect with the Mongo server. Otherwise, how we can connect? Okay, again it stopped. Don't worry, just you can start it. Yeah, it started. Now if you come here, see this inserted ID is this one. Acknowledge is like true. That means inserted one document. Is it really inserted or not? Can you check it? Now come here. Can I click on students? Yeah, see, is it inserted or not? Document inserted or not? Can we try to insert another document now? Now come here. Yes, 2. Okay, it's like 2. It's not a structure. One student has only 2 properties. Another student has, okay, how many properties you want? That many properties. Okay. Another student has only 1 property. It's not a matter. It's not a structure. Okay. Now come here. Can I click on send? Now see, yeah, again inserted with this inserted ID or not? Can you come here? Can you refresh my page? Yeah, see this. Here, student 1 has only 2 properties. My student 2 has 4 properties. Like this, you can insert any number of properties or not. So this is your Mongo server. Insert this. This is the MongoDB database. It's a database. Inside this database, this is the collection. Inside this collection, this one we can say like a document. My document always in which format? Key value is nothing but an object format or not. This is the way we can connect your MongoDB from my node application and perform some operations. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching.